Within our cells, there is an original blueprint that acts as a bioelectric field that organizes form all together. This blueprint physically manifests around the 14th day after conception. It appears as a literal streak of light we call the primitive streak. This bioelectric light creates a midline point which tells each cell where to go, orchestrating the formation of our living form. Not only that, but it is also orchestrating cellular motility. We call this cellular motility primary respiration. Primary respiration is driven by a force we call the breath of life. Primary respiration is a subtle full body movement that is omnipresent in all living organisms. Its movement is almost identical to the tidal movements of the ocean. With its many different layers and rhythms, the movement of the fluid tides of our bodies is with us throughout the duration of our lives. As our bodies are formed in utero, the nervous system is imprinting all of the experiences surrounding our birth. This imprintation continues most strongly throughout the first year of one's life. We call the time period between conception through the first year of life the primal health period. And events, chemicals, and traumas have an effect on which genes get turned on and off and will show up later on in our life and adulthood. This is all through the nervous system recording and imprinting. Once the nervous system is imprinted, our physiology begins to organize around our experiences. If enough negative imprinting happens in the nervous system, we begin to operate as a result of our experiences rather than the original blueprint. The fluid tides are the master communicator between the breath of life and our experiences, all operating through central nervous system function. Biodynamic craniosacral therapy works within these natural and creative forces that organize the human body. The underlying principle is that there's a healing intelligence within the body that maintains health at all times. Craniosacral therapy facilitates the body's own natural healing process and restores health and balance. We do this by helping the physiology to slow down and to find stillness. Through stillness, the cells can recharge, gain access to its original state. We listen and we sit with the fluid movements of the body. Craniosacral therapy is not energy work, but based on the physical body and its subtle expressions of movement. The tides are full body movements within the physiology, but are easiest felt and worked with in terms of working with the cranial bones and the cerebrospinal fluid around the brain and spinal cord. It is also true that cerebrospinal fluid carries remnants of the bioelectrical essence of which our bodies were originally formed. A lot of this work focuses on the adjusting of cranial bones in order to balance fluid tension in and around the brain and spinal cord, freeing up the dura, which is the wrapping around the brain and the spinal cord, which can get torqued and out of balance when our nervous system is flooded or overwhelmed. In essence, biodynamic craniosacral therapy is a study of the living physiology, a fascinating and magical journey of being who we were born to be. The primordial streak, or what is often sometimes called the primitive streak, is literally a streak of light that appears in the embryo around the 14th day after conception. It is present in all living organisms, including plants. The primitive streak has been known to embryologists worldwide for a long time now. In the United States, in 2013, Tufts University was able to physically capture the moment that streak of light appeared in a frog embryo. What they learned was that that streak of light, that primitive streak, was the intelligence that appears to tell all of the cells where to go, telling them their exact placement in the body, so that all of the heart cells end up going to the heart to form the heart, all of the liver cells going to form the liver, all of the cells of the bone going where they need to be, etc., etc. How the primitive streak appears, where it comes from, is a mystery. There are certainly some things within science that will never be able to be completely understood. But what we do know is that the remnant cells of this primitive streak, this bioelectrical essence, is greatly a part of our anatomy. And its movement, its organizational skills, is definitely with us throughout the entirety of our lives.